Welcome in to the Finns Talk Sports Network. This is Real Talk Wrestling. I'm your host, Josh Kimmel, alongside my co-host, El Ginger Americano. And no, this is not the Invisible Man. This is not Miami Clutch PE. We'll reveal him later. How about that?
It's a surprise entrance on the show.
That's right. This is our surprise entrance for the Royal Rumble preview show. And we were not live last night on Thursday, and I do apologize for that. Chris and his Karen self had to go to the HOA meeting to get some windows approved for his house. Sure. No, I hope that went well. I hope it was approved, sir. But that's why we're live tonight on Friday.
New windows are on the way soon.
Good. New windows are on the way here. Hurricane season.
Hurricane impact windows are coming my way soon.
Yep, very important here in the state of Florida. And if you didn't know, half the world or half America is freezing right now. I would say 99% of America is freezing. Us Floridians, it's pretty hot right now, but I do want to give a tip to anyone that's watching in Florida that has not dealt with this weather before. I was informed by a plumber that we need to run our faucets at a drip on Saturday night so our pipes don't burst. I've never heard of this, but apparently we have to do that. Have you been informed of this news, Chris?
So I've heard of that before, but I don't think it's going to get cold enough here where you have to do that. If you look at
12 degrees? 12 degrees, Chris.
Where is it?
Maybe 12 Sunday morning. Look at the news, buddy.
12 degrees.
12. Yes. It's going to snow here. We have a 0.09% chance of snow. I know that's a very low.
I'm looking at the forecast right now. 29 degrees is the low. Well, it says for the pipes to burst, it needs to be below 20 or it needs to be below 32 for like 12 consecutive hours.
Well, that being said,
but I'm no expert, so take the expert's advice.
And a plumber did tell me to do that. So, but that being said, we do have our special guest. He's on the screen, but he's blacked out. Not sure what's going on, but I muted his mic too. So if you're listening to me and you're sending me a text right now, no, that wasn't him. Come on whenever you're ready, sir. But we are going to be breaking down the Royal Rumble from Saudi Arabia. It's going to be Saturday, January 31st at 2 p.m. from, again, Saudi Arabia and Riyadh. I'm not excited about the show. I just want to put that out there in the world. I am not excited about this show. I don't know what to think about this show. I don't know how to feel about this show. This is the first time in a long time that I don't have a strong favorite for the Royal Rumble. I feel like everyone is so middle of the road. I feel like these are the Seattle Seahawks. There's no one that they have JSN, but there's no, like, I can't say that because he's a superstar. But again, I feel like everyone is just a guy. Good guys, like great entertainers and wrestlers, but there's who is it? Who's the special guy this year? So I don't know how you feel about this, Chris.
Yeah, it is. I would say that's a good comparison to the NFL and the fact that we've been talking about the NFL this year and how it almost feels like an off year because you don't have any of the big name superstars there, or the big name teams, and everything. So I think there's some people there that you could point the finger to as maybe a solid choice, an obvious choice. But I like the fact that it's something different, that you don't know what's going to happen. They caught us all off guard last year with Jey Uso winning. So I don't know. Sometimes I like my Royal Rumbles a little unpredictable personally.
You say that. I say that. America says it. The world says it. But what happens when you get parity? You get Patriots Seahawks. You get the most boring matchup you could possibly think of. What do we always talk about, especially in wrestling? Oh, Austin and Rock, right? Edge and Cena, Punk and Cena, Hogan and Andre. We're not breaking down Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. right? We're not doing it. Sports and entertainment is about this I've fought myself when I was a younger person. Yes, I didn't want the same people to win every year, but now I see the importance of it. I you know Josh Allen not and again, this is more football talk, but Josh Allen not getting to the Super Bowl, it's like, what do we say? Oh, this was his only chance because Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow weren't there. So, like, that gives us a talking point. We reference that. We go back to that. So, in this wrestling situation, let's say Cody wins again, or let's say Gunther wins, or whoever you say, who did they beat? Like, who did they beat? Tell me, especially on the women's side, like, especially on the women's side. There is no dominant woman right now in the WWE. You take your Rhea, take your, this girl, Stephanie Vacure, take them all and shove them because no one is dominant on that side. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I struggle with that one for sure, trying to go through and pick out a winner and even pick out the final 4 on that side, and we'll get to it, a little bit later, but I was thinking the same thing, like, who's the big players right now? Like, I'm watching every week, but can't pick out who the main players are right now on that side.
no, I agree. But before we do move on, and all this pessimistic vibes ruin your night, don't worry. We got the ultimate optimistic coming in tonight. He is back in studio. He kicked the family out of the house, I think, to make this happen. So, so let's just give it up for the final boss, the man of the hour. We're gonna bring him on in here. Bobby Finstock, Bobby Melendez, Robert, the immortal one. How many times champion, sir? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
14-time backyard wrestling champion, man. You know, EWF, WEW, whatever we were back then. The immortal one, Robert Michaels. Here, you know, now too, I'm gonna put it on because I'm just like that. I'm a heel. What's up, El Ginger? And I did win the Fins TV Pick'em League, and I feel like Thanos. So I've been showing that off. So I'm a champ. You know what I mean? I just wake up in the morning and I piss excellence, and I'm here to talk Royal Rumble with you guys. So very happy to be here.
Right on, right on. We're glad to have you on.
Thank you, brother.
And very heelish of you to knock your family out of the room. Pre-show, he's like, yeah, they're watching a movie. Like, I don't want to disrupt them. All of a sudden, get all your get it out of here.
I come in the house. I'm like, crap. I noticed that. I didn't notice that I was frozen or whatever. So when you said that, I was like, crap. So I go run in the house. My youngest is, Daddy. I'm like, no. Ricky Williams, fifth arm, right? I got a show, 30 minutes. Oh, I'm here, ready to go.
Let's go. So we are doing a Royal Rumble preview show, Bobby. And we were just talking about how we weren't really excited for this show. Not just because of the Saudi Arabia vibes, not because of the lack of matches on the card. It's just because I don't feel like there's anyone special in the Royal Rumble on the men and women's side. So how do you feel about that, Bobby?
In regards to the Royal Rumble matchup itself, both matches?
Just the people in it. Just with
no,
the current champs that we have.
Yeah.
I don't see the matches. I don't see like the opponent for CM Punk. I don't see the opponent for, Drew McIntyre. So
I wouldn't pay too much attention to who the champ is. With CM Punk, it's different because you could plug and play. Depends on who it's going to be. With Drew McIntyre, I think you're right on. I think it gets a little confusing. Like, who are we really going to be excited to see face Drew McIntyre for the World Championship at WrestleMania if he's going to be the champion? Which, I don't think he is. And if you do that, then it's a different story. Then it's, whoever's going to be the champion, whoever's the champion at the Royal Rumble, at least the world champion, I don't think will be the champion at WrestleMania. I think I think we may be in a different story by that point. So, but in terms of the match itself, I am very excited for it because of the surprises, because of what could be in store, especially in the men's side. The women's a little different. We'll see how it's going to vibe. It's in Saudi. It's not going to be kind of the same. Yeah, there might be some surprises here and there. I guess we will talk about them. But in regard to the men's, it's heavy hitters. You got Cody, you got Roman, you got Maybe Jericho's going to be popping up there. You know, there's different things that might pop up in that night. Of course, we could all trust Paul Levesque, Triple H, when he says there's going to be big surprises in store. So, you know, yeah, I am excited. It's the Royal Rumble. You always got to be excited.
I gotta co-pilot something real quick. How many times has Triple H said this is a game changer?
I know,
and nothing happens.
I know.
I mean, come on. At this point, it's as jokeable, laughable as Tony Khan's big announcement. Like,
I was about to say, who does them more?
Yeah. But hey, you know what? It might be a good show. I do like the time at 2:00. I'm a big fan of daytime wrestling. People are like, I don't want to watch wrestling and eat hot dogs or during the day. I do. I don't want my nights taken up by wrestling. I'd rather do something else at night and watch pro wrestling and sports in general during the day. So we're going to get into the Rumble, the men and women. We're going to get into some surprises, who we think is going to show up, who we think is not going to show up. But first, we do have 2 singles matches. And again, we are having a point system, Bobby, in which Chris has the rules that I came up with to I'm the heel over here, Bobby. Right? On No Holds Barred, I might be a different character over there. I might be the Kimmelnator. I might be the guy that puts you in your place when you need to be put in your place. I may be the guy who tell everyone what they need to be told, even though they don't want to be told that. I'm the same here, though. So I'm the same here, kind of. I tell Chris how it is. Yeah.
Sounds like the same character.
So yeah, I guess I'm the same.
Both emotions. That's good to see. You play it well.
So Chris has the rules. Go ahead. Let us know the rules for this pay-per-view prediction. Bobby might walk away as a champion, and he might have to come back and defend it. I don't know how that works, but honestly, Chris, I don't even know who the champion is right now. I know it's not me. Is it you? It's you.
Me.
That's why it hasn't been defended in 2026. Gosh. All right, so give the rules, Chris.
All right, so your point system. You have 3 points for picking the correct winner of each of the 2 singles matches. And then for the final 4, you get 5 points for each of the final 4 that you get correct.
So for a total of 20, you can get 20 total points there, right? 5, 10, 15, 20. All right.
And then you can get 8 points if you pick the actual winner.
Right. Additional 8 for the winner.
Yep.
And that's it. Simple as that, right? There's no points for surprises. There's no, because you would lose points because clutches are kind of silly. But we'll get into that. Let's get into the first match, though. The least important match on this card. Still pretty important, but Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in a sort of, in my eyes, predictable match, because last I checked, this wasn't AEW, brother, and they don't book totally illogical. You're not going to give Drew McIntyre the championship and have it lose him on the first title defense, you don't think, in a major PLE. Yes, Sami Zayn will be supported there. That's why he was chosen to do this. That's why he was chosen to be in this match. But there ain't no way Drew McIntyre is losing his first title defense on a major PLE. It's going to be another letdown for Sami Zayn fans. Another, he should have won moment for Sami Zayn. And people like Chris and possibly Bobby, I don't want to put words in Bobby's mouth. I have no problem doing it for Chris. I feel like it's going to be a lot of, not Cody crybabies, but Sami crybabies after this show. How say you, Chris? I'll let you go first.
Okay. So I was kind of thinking the same thing that you just said there. They just put the title on Drew. I was thinking about before when he won. He won it COVID Mania, no fans. He won a second time, but didn't he lose it in, I don't know, however short a period of time it was. I felt like there's no way they can do that to him 3 times, right? Where it's his title reign, is lackluster again. So I feel like he's got to keep it for a little bit. So I was kind of thinking the same thing. I have Drew McIntyre winning this match because it just feels too soon to drop it. As much as I would love to see Sami with the title, it feels too soon.
Yeah, I agree, man. Bobby, what are you thinking?
I don't care about feelings. Screw Drew McIntyre's feelings and everybody else's feelings. You're in Saudi Arabia. It's the bigger moment is Sami Zayn winning in Saudi Arabia, just like he won. The get the number 1 contender. Winning in Saudi Arabia makes so much. Now, of course, they could hold it. They could wait until next year's WrestleMania and do that. But will Sami Zayn still matter then? Who knows? I mean, he will, but not to this magnitude. I think the bigger story would be Sami Zayn winning, and you could make a story for the next PLE, and maybe he drops it, or maybe he goes into WrestleMania with it. But yeah, I ain't worried about, oh, he dropped it then, and nobody was watching him. He had no fans when he was the champion. Then he had a good run in the COVID era, and then he won the title and lost it in 2 minutes. Okay, at least he's won the championship multiple times. He could, when he at the end of his career, he'll go, man, I'm a 3-time, 4-time, 5-time, whatever, how many champion. Doesn't matter if it was 2 minutes, 2 days, 3 months, 1 year, whatever. What matters is how many times you were the champion. He did it. I think Sami Zayn, and if he loses, that's okay. But I think the bigger story would be Sami Zayn coming out of the Royal Rumble as the world's champion.
See, I agree with you that that's the better story. I agree with you that's the better outcome, probably, most likely. Most people would be very happy. But I think we have a Drew McIntyre fatigue, as in people are tired of him losing. I hear the chatter. I hear the talk. It's like, how can you take him credible if he's just losing over and over and over? And that's who his character was for the past 3 years. Just a loser. A good loser, but a loser. Sami Zayn's in the same situation, though. How many losses can he take? He's a loser. I think this might be a screwy finish. I think this is going to somehow lead into Cody and Fatu and Drew and Sammy all battling throughout WrestleMania season. Be leading up to a fatal 4-way, possibly, potentially. Triple H loves his multi-man matches. He does. Mm-hmm. And he wants to get everyone on the card, but limit the matches. I easily see this as a fatal 4-way heading into WrestleMania with all those players. So I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in, Bobby.
I mean, if the story was there for it, maybe, but I don't know. At WrestleMania, I really prefer the meaningful one-on-one match in Mania more than the fatal 4-way. That just feels exactly like what you said. It's just more of a trying to get everyone on the card type of match. So I would keep it one-on-one.
I would just say I agree on that point there. I mean, even though, the triple threat between Punk and Rollins and Reigns was great, and that could carry, you could do something like that at WrestleMania. But a fatal 4-way with those characters, I don't know how much that would be WrestleMania main event. That's more like Elimination Chamber, throw 2 more guys in there, and that's how you get the belt off one of those guys.
You're thinking that they're going to be the main event, guys. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but they're nowhere near night 2 main event. Drew McIntyre is not defending that title. Night 2 main event. The current champion on Raw.
Night 2, night 1, first card, second match, third match. I don't care. It's still not I wouldn't want to see that.
Well, you're in the minority in that one, but that's okay. I understand. So we have another matchup, a retirement match. And I'm going to be honest with everybody here. I don't know all the rumblings with AJ Styles' contract. I don't know when it ends. I know a lot of people are talking about AEW, and they're already making their dream matches. Oh, AJ Styles versus Okada. AJ Styles versus Ciampa. AJ Styles versus Matt Jackson. AJ Styles versus this guy. Who is this guy? An outrunner. AJ Styles versus... They're just going nuts over there on these sickos in this IWC world. They're all going nuts. They all think AJ Styles is coming because, well, let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. I'm going to go first here. AJ Styles versus Gunther in a retirement match where fans are talking, is his contract up? We don't know. Is he going to sign another contract throughout the rest of the year? There's been many situations where we hear, oh, he's going into a match or a PLE with no contract signed, signs it before the match. They give out the deal where he wins, boom, and he's like the rest of his year, maybe retirement matches after retirement matches or whatever it may be, like Ric Flair or whoever. Ain't no way AJ Styles is going to waste the rest of his career getting 600,000 views on TNT every Wednesday night in front of nobody, in front of 2,000 fans. Ain't no effing way. And people are like, well, Ciampa.
Nope, I think we lost.
Did we lose? Was it me or is it Josh?
It's Josh. Josh is gone.
Gotcha, Josh. All that trash you spoke.
Yeah. All right. You wanna go up next and go ahead and give us your while we're waiting on Josh.
Yeah,
do you
man.
think?
So talk about AJ Styles and Gunther. First off, what a run Gunther's been having, and obviously AJ Styles, the legend that he is. What Josh was alluded to is, would AJ go to AEW and all that? Honestly, let me just say this. My prediction is that I believe Gunther's going to win this. Gunther's been on a hot streak. I think they're not going to end that. I think Gunther wins, but I think this is not a quote unquote retirement from wrestling. This is a retirement from WWE. He's completely out. So hopefully he'll get back, but that's okay. We're professionals. We can do this. Now I know why he got me out to do this. So, but my thought process is here, is that he'll step away from WWE, and I think he will finish out his career. He just trademarked his name, Phenomenal One. He just did a bunch of trademarks, which you don't do when you're about to actually leave. And yes, the rumor is, or people's hope more than rumor, could he be going to AEW? I believe that he loses this, steps out of WWE, and he'll go to, I think he'll finish out his career in TNA. There was that little bit of a tease with the TNA champion, and he looked at the belt. Frankie, I'm going to butcher his name. You probably say it better than me. Thank you, sir. You know, he had that little bit of a tease. I think that's where he's going to wrap up. So yes, not in front of 10,000 people on TNT, but probably 5,000 people on AMC or whatever in front of TNA. I think that's where AJ Styles is going to go. I think he will wrap up his career. He'll still be partnered with WWE, but it's going to be through TNA. That's what he'll finish up after losing to Gunther tomorrow. Josh, I'm sorry, man. What happened, bro? you kind of dipped on us there.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. When you talk about the AEW sickos and their bots on Twitter, they can hack. I guess they've hacked it because fully charged computer just went boop, shut down. I'm sorry, AEW sickos. I want to by the way, before this, I try to troll Dave Meltzer on Twitter, try to get a reaction. It's not happening. So thought I get something, but my Twitter's blowing up, but it's from all the AEW bots. Anyway, let's get back to what I was saying, because I heard Bobby say TNA, which
he's picking a Gunther win, and AJ's retired from WWE, but not
from professional wrestling.
It just doesn't make sense to me why AJ Styles would do that. TNA is being laughed at by they're almost worse than AEW. They're worse than AEW, I'm hearing. From the clips I've seen, that's not a show I'd want to watch or be a part of. AJ Styles is a superstar. He's in the best shape of his career. Now, there's a little bit of part of me that thinks, well, maybe he is done. Maybe he just wants to hang out with his family. Maybe he is maybe this is a break, and maybe he does come back to AEW maybe in a year or so. Maybe. Because we've heard in the past where he's taken time off to go watch his son play football. He refused to go work SmackDown. Like, he's obviously a very, very family-oriented person. And maybe he's like, hey, I don't want to be crippled or, limited or whatever the case may be. I'm healthy. I'm jacked. I have money. I'm done. Like, maybe that is the case. The thing is we're not going to know. I don't think he loses. I don't think this is the end. I don't think Saudi Arabia is where AJ Styles wants to finish his career.
He won't be. He'll lose in Saudi, get out of WWE, and and why will he go to TNA? Why? You just made a point before you got kicked out by unknown forces. You just made a point why he wouldn't go to AEW. But why would he go to TNA? Well, Bobby, I hear you said it's a joke compared. But who is the greatest besides Samoa Joe? Who is the greatest TNA wrestler? When you think of TNA, who's the one guy you think of? It's AJ Styles.
Of course.
So that is why I believe, because again, then that point is, you just said, people look at TNA, they go to watch, and they're like, who is this guy? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? They know who AJ Styles is. You tell me AJ Styles goes to TNA, he pops up on TV. Obviously, the TNA loyalist and himself is already, the pride he has for TNA. But fans like us who wouldn't normally probably tune into a TNA now would probably go see him going challenging for the TNA title, tuning into that pay-per-view watching that show with AJ Styles there, and he has that one last run, makes it just as important. You know, Nick Namath and Frank Kazarian and so forth. That I do believe he would do that because of the connection he has with TNA. You know, to finish it off one last thing. He's not finishing in Saudi Arabia. He'll finish in the States. He'll finish in TNA. That's what I feel. I feel he will lose because keeps Gunther strong. Gunther is red hot right now. He retired Goldberg. He retired, you know, he's retired. Holy crap, my brain is going fried.
Cena.
Thank you, John Cena. Now he can say, I retired. He didn't really retire him, but he could say, I retired AJ Styles from WWE. Now he's in TNA, and then you get into the Rumble. I think that's the more likely case. I think it's great too. I'd love to see AJ Styles finish in TNA. That's where he should finish, not AEW. Why? Look what Tyson Ciampa. What? Oh, what's so amazing? Tyson Ciampa. Oh, he's in AEW. Oh, big things. You know, and then next month he'll be in the middle of the card or off the card or you know in some high school somewhere. AJ's not doing that. He's going to TNA, brother. Come on.
Let me be real with you, and Chris, I'll get your take on because I was kicked out by the AEW sickos. They hacked me. But let me make this very clear before I get booted again. Hey Chris, I love Ricky Saints, right? Right?
Yep.
Confirmed? Yep. I love Blake Monroe, right? Right? Confirmed? Right? I love Ethan Page, right? Confirmed? Okay.
Yep.
Man, am I watching NXT? No, I'm not. You know why? Routines matter in life, in real life. Let's just be serious. Routines matter. Tuesday nights, I'm not watching wrestling. I'm not looking up wrestling results for NXT because it's out of habit. So I am in the era, I'm in thinking where we just talked about star power, superstars. Like, where are they? What's going on? Look at the NFL. Look at the most boring Super Bowl we could have had. There's no superstars. There's no superstars. Now there's rising stars, no superstars. My point is this: when there's no superstars in 2026, because we have 1,000 channels, 1,000 media outlets, 1,000 this, we have thousands of that. There's no real needle movers anymore. AJ Styles is not a needle mover. I'm sorry. I don't know who needs to hear that, but he's not. Adam Copeland, not a needle mover. Proven. Mercedes Moné in her prime, not a needle mover. Proven. Why would we think AJ Styles is a needle mover going to a C-rated promotion on a C-rated channel with zero talent around him? And no disrespect to the talent there. I'm sure they're good. But what I meant is, like, there's no household names. Who are you going to market against AJ Styles? AJ Styles versus Moose. Guess what? 90% of the WWE fans, what's a Moose? Am I going to watch AMC tonight because he's facing a Moose? Right? Like, I'm just thinking about that. We as wrestling fans might go, oh, I'll check in here and there. But the casual, everyday person that watches WWE, they're not going to change their habit. You know why? Because they watch Monday. They watch Friday. They watch the occasional PLE. That's enough wrestling for a normal human being. That's too much almost. Think about the NFL, Chris. I'm a massive fan. I have a podcast, Fantasy Now Plus. Go ahead and subscribe. I complain about the Monday game, the Thursday game, the sometimes Saturday games, the Sunday games. Like, there's too much. So I have to go, I'm not going to watch this time because it's too much. All I'm saying is he's not a needle mover to get the casual fan to go watch TNA. Period. So AJ Styles will win. I am hoping. This is my heart. I don't want to see him in a subpar promotion. It kills me every time I see Adam Copeland out there. It physically kills me to see one of my favorite wrestlers there. And I don't want one of my other favorite wrestlers there.
All right.
Chris, who did you pick?
I love that. That was a very passionate speech that you just gave there. Right from the heart.
I can't wait to see. Hold on. AJ Styles versus El Clon, baby. I can't wait. Sign me up. AJ Styles versus, Vikingo's associated with WWE. AJ Styles versus Orange Cassidy, baby. Sign me up. I can't wait. What are we doing?
So I'm very torn on this one because I could see it going either way. Like, I wouldn't be surprised no matter who wins this match. Or is there going to be a screwy finish somehow? where Gunther wins still, but then AJ's like, well, you didn't really beat me or something. You know what I mean? Like I could see I feel like anything is open on this one. But you're talking about, well, what does AJ Styles do next? If he loses, he can't go to AEW, he can't go to TNA. What do we do next with Gunther, though? His whole gimmick right now is that he's retiring people. And he's done it with 2, and then what? That's it. Now on the third one, he doesn't retire the person. What do you do with his whole gimmick now? What do you do with Gunther at that point? Like that just kills him. And he's someone that's got a lot more road in front of him than behind him, whereas AJ's got most of it behind him at this point. And maybe AJ, you're talking about, oh, these are not big, giant marquee matches. You just said he's kind of like a family man himself. Maybe he's not looking for the big marquee matches anymore. Maybe he just wants to go back to his roots to a TNA, or maybe he does want to go to AEW and just knock out a few dream matches of his own before he decides to call it a day and be done. So I really could see this one going either way, but I think I got to lean for Gunther because it just storyline, it makes a little bit more sense moving forward.
A man on my own island.
I want to see AJ Styles win. I want to see Sammy win the other match too, but I'm just looking at what makes most sense to me, and I got to go against them both. And real quick, before we forget, Clutch, he had Drew winning the first one that we talked about, and he's got AJ winning this match.
All right, my dog, my guy. See, I knew Clutch was smart. I knew it.
So tell me, Josh, so if Gunther loses this match, what do we do with him now? Where do they go? You're good at writing some scripts for WWE. Write a script for Gunther after he loses this match in your eyes. What does he do next? Where does his gimmick go?
Good. Don't worry, I got it covered. Don't worry. And I haven't even thought about this yet. This is how you guys are gonna watch them. You guys watch WWE Unreal season 2? You guys see Bruce Pritchard?
I've not seen
okay,
it.
well, I was about to say you guys see Bruce Pritchard pitching some of the dumbest shit in the world. Sorry, Bobby. You're about to see some mastermind stuff here. It's easy. What did Gunther do last year?
You guys me for that. I'm not fanboy over Bruce Pritchard. How dare you talk about Bruce about that way?
Stags. I don't know, brother. Well, but what's going on, Stags? What's going on, Miami Sports 72? What's going on, Mike? What's going on, Justin? Of course, we are live on the Finstock Extra. We are doing a Royal Rumble preview show for the 2026 Royal Rumble. We just had a heated debate about AJ Styles and where he should go and where he should not go. If you agree or disagree, sound off in the chat. If you're watching this after the fact, let us know. Let Bobby and Chris know they're crazy, or let me know I'm crazy. Either way, we appreciate your comments.
Chris is right on, though. It's a great question because, we're thinking it from AJ's point of view, or, like you are. But again, where does Gunther go from this? Because, again, he's red hot right now. Again, Goldberg, John Cena, which is the biggest thing. Is he the next one to, you think, okay, what if he retires, quote unquote, AJ Styles, who I think could go to TNA to keep that going? Then you go, where does Gunther go from there? If he beats Styles, what's the next thing? Well, if it's not winning the Rumble and maybe going against CM Punk and maybe quote unquote trying to retire Punk, does he go to WrestleMania and retire Lesnar? If you lose AJ Styles, then what's the point of continuing that type of story? But if he beats AJ Styles, then he could continue that run. So it's not just AJ Styles' story, though. We obviously saw that when Gunther beat Cena. It's just about building guys up. And Gunther, even though he is already on top of the heap, it's still building him up because Chris brought it up. He's it's not like AJ who's at the end of his story almost. Gunther is still on the front end of it. He's still has a long way to go. So if you're building this guy up, whether it's going to be Jericho next, Punk, Lesnar, he should win tomorrow. It would make more sense business wise. Best for business is Gunther winning tomorrow, not AJ.
You're 100% right, and I'm just trying to talk myself out of it because I love AJ Styles, and it's been phenomenal.
I love him too.
Intended, but I don't want. I want to see him wrestle.
And Josh, you were just saying that.
I get that. I got your point.
Josh, you were saying that you feel like there's no big superstars right now. This is a path to get Gunther to be the next big superstar.
He already is. He can lose. Honestly,
but like that next level. He's really big now, but like get him to that next level. you know.
He could tap out and still be fine.
And
He
can I
could
just
tap out. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, no, just because you brought this point up, because you're like, oh well, what did Edge or Adam Copeland do for AEW? What did Mercedes Moné do for AEW? You know, they gave him that little bit of a push, but here's the difference: Adam Copeland is not Edge in AEW. He did not build AEW. It's not like he's going back and everybody, you know, yeah, you want to go see him, but at that point, it's like I've seen Edge all this time. You know, it's not the same thing. But but when Adam Copeland went to WWE, everybody's going to because that's where he came from. Same thing is if Mercedes Moné went to WWE right now as Sasha Banks, people are going to tune into that because it's Sasha Banks. You know, oh, let's see her revisit her stories. You know, with AJ Styles, it's a lot different because he was a part of building TNA. TNA is AJ Styles. People are going to watch that. And you go, man, but who's he going to face? Well, that's why he would go there. He's going to finish his run. He's going to, you say, TNA had this big thing. They got their contract. He still partnered with WWE. You can still have guys pop in and out. But again, building guys up. You say, well, who's Moose? Well, if he goes against AJ Styles, we'll know who Moose is, just like we knew who Christopher Daniels was and all these other guys and who built Samoa Joe was with AJ Styles. They built each other up. That's what AJ Styles would do. People will tune in, not just because it's AJ Styles, but nostalgic play will come into it. Because you're like, oh, AJ, TNA. You got to tune in, especially people who watch TNA when they were fresh, when they used to do back in the day for AEW. I loved AJ in TNA. That's how I learned about AJ Styles. Not when he was in WCW, was towards the end. It was when he was in TNA. Him and Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Shark Boy, and all those crazy freaks. Those were the days, man. It's going to happen, brother, and you'll love it. You'll love it. You're like, you know what, Bobby, Chris, you guys are absolutely right, and I apologize. And you're going to say it real loud. You go, I apologize for even disagreeing with you guys live on air, and it'll be okay, and I'll accept your apology.
We'll move on to the Royal Rumble, but Chris, one question before we do move on. Did I sound this delusional when I was talking about Mercedes Moné getting 1 million viewers for AEW?
He was on here worse. He was on here every week convincing me that if she ever went, they were going to get to 1 million viewers. And then she moved over and he said it was coming any week. And we watched the ratings every week and they just went straight down ever since she showed up. She tanked them.
She sure did. Royal Rumble this year, like I said up front, it doesn't seem like the best of years, but they do have some bangers. And what I mean by it doesn't seem like the best is because do we really want to see Cody win it again? Does Gunther win it? Does he make sense? To me, I'm looking at the champions we have now, Drew McIntyre, and we're covering. Let's do the men's first. We're doing Drew McIntyre on SmackDown and CM Punk on Raw. CM Punk could match up with anybody. He's the ultimate babyface. He's actually the best babyface champion we've had in a while in both promotions, both major promotions. He's doing really well with it. He can line up against anybody. I'm expecting someone will get to him soon. Drew, on the other hand, you would need a babyface to win it. And the most babyface the most person that makes sense is Cody Rhodes, which we've seen it over and over and over again. So, that being said, I think the winner is going to happen on Raw, and I think they're going to challenge CM Punk. I want to let everyone know I have the people that are confirmed up to date as of the 29th of Thursday. We have Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Penta, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, Javon Evans. Is he still confirmed? Obafemi, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar. So those are the main pieces that we have announced. I don't think there's going to be another big name added to this list, unless it's a surprise entrance, which we'll get to. So Bobby, with me listing those names out, who stands out to you? We're going to do our top four, our final four, and the winner. But who just stands out to you as an impossible sleeper, someone that you think, like a Jey Uso last year, that you didn't see coming?
Ooh, I like that. Okay, a possible sleeper. I wasn't prepped for that. Sleeper.
That's what Josh will do to you on this show. He'll tell you everything beforehand, and then in the middle of the show, he'll throw you a curveball.
10 minutes before I leave work. Hey, can you come on a show? And then he's going to throw a bunch of questions at me. Possible sleeper. But you're talking about not a guy who's done it before, not a guy we would expect. Like Jey Uso. You're not talking about like, you know, somebody we don't expect, but he's done it before.
Right, exactly.
If I had to go with one, I don't want to say that guy because I don't believe he will. I think I want to say a name, but I don't think he's going to do it, so I don't want to throw him in there. A sleeper, I'd say, is probably. Oh, damn it! I just know it's not going to happen. But I'll say Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, I'll say, is a sleeper. You know, I think he's done his best work. I think people kind of, you know, forgot about him a little bit because, you know, he's been in this little bit of a stable, but before the stable, he was killing it. And if I had to say a sleeper, I'd say it's Bronson Reed, and of course that would be a Raw brand main event. So
in a heel, and it would make sense with the story. So that would all check out and make sense for the story. Chris, I'm not going to ask you the same question. I'm going to swerve you as well, brother. Out of all the top names that you see on this list, Cody, Roman, you know, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar. I'm going to leave Lesnar out because we don't think he's going to win it. Out of those top three guys, Cody, Roman, what else did I say? Cody, Roman. Yeah, Cody and Roman. Who's less likely to win? Who's less likely to win out of all these big stars? Because I think one of those are going to win. Yeah,
I feel like Cody would be less likely because the reaction he's beginning, like you said, I feel like there's a lot of fatigue with him being champion or right at the top of the card. So out of the ones you just named, I would definitely say Cody, least likely.
I think so too. I hope so. I would hope so.
We've seen enough of that for the last few years. Like it's a little bit stale right now.
I 1000% agree. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, I'm going to give my winner out in my top four. Then we can discuss all of yours and we have a great debate. There's only one person that's going to win this Royal Rumble, and it's the greatest Royal Rumble because it's going to be Roman Reigns. It's very simple. Roman and CM Punk have been heading for a head-on collision since CM Punk came back. CM Punk called him out on his opening promo. They have connected. They have been intertwined, but they have not connected one-on-one. This is going to be the main event for night 2 of WrestleMania. No doubt about it. Now, how do we get there? How do we get Roman Reigns at the how does he win? I could see them doing something like very predictable, maybe having Roman as one of the final four, maybe having Braun Breaker as a final four, maybe having Bronson Reed as a final four, maybe having Logan Paul as a final four. So we're sitting there thinking 3 members of the Vision in one Roman Reigns. I don't think that could happen. I don't think it will happen, but that's something interesting because how would fans take to Super Roman taking out all the heels, you know, and winning the Royal Rumble? I don't think that'd be very good. So I do think they're going to mix in some new people in there, but I do think Roman Reigns will be the winner and a Final Four competitor. I think Cody will be in the Final Four. He is definitely in my Final Four, no doubt about it. Braun Breaker will be in the Final Four, 1000%. And my last person in the Final Four will be Randy Orton. I think he makes it to the Final Four. I think this is going to set up, because what if Cody doesn't win? What's next? I'll tell you what's next. This is going to set up Cody and Randy Orton for WrestleMania. No titles needed. This is it. This has to be it. This has to be it. I think this would be amazing if somehow Randy or Cody, doesn't matter who, throws one or the other out, and then we get that tension building. It doesn't have to spill over right away. It can lead into the Elimination Chamber, and then we see something happen there. But I think this is the beginning of Cody and Randy Orton. Because if not now, when? If not now, when? I think that's the biggest story coming out of this Rumble for me. But yep, my winner is going to be Roman Reigns facing CM Punk at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Simple. Now, Chris, I'll let you go first. Bobby, he got short notice. I don't want to throw him off or whatever, you know. I don't want to throw him off.
I'll read you Clutch's Final Four and then his winner for the men's Rumble. His Final Four is going to be Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, Obafemi, and Roman Reigns. Out of those 4, Josh, if you know Clutch, who do you think he's got winning out of those 4?
I think he's got Roman. I think he's on the Roman Reigns train with me. I think he's going to pick Roman.
Yep, he's got Roman Reigns as his winner, which he did. He's been hinting at that on our shows for the last couple of weeks, that he's kind of been leaning towards Roman Reigns coming back and or coming into the Royal Rumble and being the last man standing there. So he's kind of stood firm with that for a few weeks now.
Yeah, not bad.
All right, so for my final 4, I've got Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Sami Zayn, and Roman Reigns. Those would be my final 4. I think that would be kind of a fun final 4 because, you got the Vision saying that they're going to do whatever they need to do to get Braun Breaker to win. And then you would have the 2 of them, but then you also have Sami and Roman with their history. I think that would make for a fun final 4 there. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put Braun Breaker going over and winning and going on to WrestleMania for CM Punk.
Okay. Rematch. Bobby, how do you think about that? What do you feel about that?
Breaker?
Yeah, because I know on our show, No Holds Barred Saturday night on Finns Talk Sports Network, you're like the Breaker hater. It's been well documented.
No, damn it. Well, that's not going to help my cause because I love Braun Breaker. No, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening at all. I think he is in my final 4. It was I think it was spoiled today that he will be the number 1 entrant. I think he will last through the Rumble. He'll be in the final 4, but I don't think he's going to win it. My final 4 right now is Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker, Gunther, and then I am stuck between 2. It's either going to be Jericho or Brock Lesnar. And I would say that Lesnar is my wild card. We said earlier Bronson Reed, but that was like if nobody had done it. My wild card, like my real dark horse to win it, would be Brock Lesnar. And that would be Punk and Lesnar at WrestleMania. And of course, everybody will be up in heat. People will be pissed. But, again, there's a history there. Would he be the one to eliminate Breaker? Whatever, maybe. But that's my dark horse. My winner out of that final 4 would be Gunther. I think Gunther wins it because that's where the story is going. Let's see. Am I forgetting anything here? And Cody and Fatu are not going to be in the final 4. I think they're going to eliminate each other, and that's where that story is going. I think Cody and Randy, I know they interrupted each other earlier today. I know that everybody would kind of see that. You're right. They don't need a title. If they go that route, perfect. But I think Cody and Fatu are going to eliminate each other, and Cody's not going to win it again. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to deal with that. He it's kind of dragged on a little bit. He needs to get a few more feuds in there, and then he can go for the chase again. I would have no issue with Roman Reigns winning the Rumble. I think that would be great. But I think it's either going to be Gunther because, again, the way his story's been going, and, again, the possibility of him and Punk, and then him saying, I'm going to take out Punk, and maybe Punk, and that Punk is the one who finally beats Gunther at WrestleMania and wins it, or it could be the wild card, I think, Brock Lesnar.
People would be so mad if it's Brock. You know it. Yeah, oh, man. People would
starting
be
right here.
Yeah. People would be livid, but it would get talking points, and
that's right.
That's a money match. Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, that's a money match. It's not a match nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see it. We'd rather see Roman and CM Punk. Honestly, story standpoint, what's Brock going to do? Either way, we'll see how it goes. That's the men's Rumble. Any surprises? I think Jericho's the most obvious surprise out there. I think, but NXT people. I think we should get some NXT people. I hope we do get some NXT people. I hope we get Joe Hendry again.
He will.
He always
Hendry
gets
will be there. Cardona will be there. Powerhouse Hobbs just signed from AEW. He'll be there. I think he'll be one of those surprise entrants. Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler. I think he'll be in there. Moose from TNA. So you'll probably see some TNA guys in there, and maybe a celebrity. 1 or 2 celebrities are going to pop up. Yeah,
I hope Pat McAfee doesn't come back. I'm just one of the rare people.
I don't want Pat McAfee, but I think, I don't know, would it be
cool? Bad Bunny?
That's what I was just going to say. I think Bad Bunny, that would be really cool, especially with the Super Bowl around the corner. That'd be pretty neat. So I think a celebrity, one or two of them would pop in, come in, have a moment, get kicked out. Maybe Priest eliminates Bad Bunny.
Not to S on anyone's parade or their dreams, but I would think like since he's involved in the biggest sporting event in the world or whatever, that the NFL is not going to allow Bad Bunny to wrestle, like and potentially get hurt and not have a halftime show. I'm just throwing that out there to everybody. I highly doubt the NFL will allow.
I don't think NFL has any say over him going to a thing. It's not like he's singing. He could sing in a wheelchair. They're not going to stop him from doing an event. So they're not going to stop him. It's not like, come on. It's not like a movie. It's like can't hurt the action star.
Plus, isn't it that they don't pay the halftime performers? They have to pay for everything. So, I mean,
yeah.
Would they really have that over him? Hey, you have to pay for everything.
I don't know anything about the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't watch it. I don't know.
Oh, no. I thought that was the thing is that because it's such big advertising for them that they pay to have all their stuff there. Like they pay for the whole production, everything. They don't get paid for it.
So like when Jay-Z picks him, hey, Bad Bunny, we want you, but you got to pay $10 million to perform for us. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, you got to.
Isn't Jay-Z like involved in picking who's out there?
Probably
like,
pay him to do the Super Bowl, but I don't think they pay for the stay and stuff.
Well, either way, guys. Either way.
Oh, The Rock, maybe Dave. Maybe The Rock.
Dwayne.
That might be a cool surprise,
Speaking about The Rock, if you're into The Rock or Dwayne Johnson or like his acting chops, Bobby and I did review The Smashing Machine on HBO Max. We did that last week. So if you're watching the movie later and you want to get some expose on it, some conversation on it, go ahead and go back to the Finstock Sports Network. Find that podcast because that was so much fun and that movie was really good. Chris, if you haven't seen it yet, The Smashing Machine was actually surprisingly good. So check it out.
Aaron, that's a good one too. The Hardy Boys. We could see the Hardys at the Rumble this year. That'd be fun. That'd be a good surprise.
Yeah, Hardys will be good. I'd pop for that too. Yeah, I'd pop for that too.
Sorry. I apologize.
Maybe we'll get people are saying like Edge and stuff. That ain't happening, people.
No.
All right. I know, right? Get over it, people. We have the Women's Royal Rumble. Again, same kind of situation for me where there's no real superstar. And this one's actually more telling. So the people that I have confirmed are Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, I can't think of a nickname for her, but Roxanne Perez. I'll never give her any reaction any day of my life ever again after what I saw. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bailey, Lyra, Asuka, Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, Charlotte, Flair. Did that for you, brother.
Woo!
Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Julia, Maxine Dupree, and Becky Lynch. These are our people. These are our women. They're going to be in full body suits. Confirmed women. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I'm surprised we didn't see Natalia's name on here because she's getting a push right now, and Maxine Dupree's in this match. So I assume she's going to be a part of it too. Yep. So I went first last time. I gave you guys the advantage. I gave you my picks. I gave you the game plan. I like to do this because Chris.
Was that strategy because you have no idea what to do for this one? So
That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is.
Yep. So Chris, go first. I need you to go first.
You need some help. I'm not going to be much help picking this out because I'm kind of in the same boat as you. But before I jump into mine, I'm going to give you, because I don't want to forget, I'm going to give you Clutch's picks. He's got his final four of Liv, Bianca, AJ Lee, and Becky Lynch. That's his final four. With that being his final four, can you pick his winner?
You said Becky Lynch, AJ Lee, Liv.
Does he have Liv?
Yeah, Liv, Bianca, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch.
He probably went Bianca. Back-to-back years.
He went with Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I thought Liv Morgan.
Yeah. So for my final four, I got Becky, Liv, Charlotte, and I couldn't come up with a fourth one. I didn't even know who to pick, so I just threw Bailey in there, but I'm not very confident about that at all. So, because on this side, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen, but I also had Liv Morgan as my winner because it just seems like she's back and she has the most likely, the most obvious story So then that gives her something to do next, is to be going after probably Stephanie, right? She's going to go after Stephanie. So now, will she still have the title come Mania? Don't know, but I think it's going to be Liv as the winner. That gives you a heel versus face matchup, at least for now.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. I'm not even upset because, again, like I love Liv. I think Liv's the best wrestler on this list. I think Liv's the best women's wrestler in pro wrestling today. I think everything she does is great. I think her mic work is the best. I think her in-ring work has improved. It's on the level of Becky Lynch, honestly, at this point in my eyes. So I have no problem with that, but I think her story is with Roxanne Perez right now. I think they're trying to do something with them. I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but I think they're trying to do something with them and Raquel. I got no problem. Liv Morgan definitely in the final four. Okay. Here's one that I'm really looking at, and I want to shoot myself for saying this, but Nia Jax, for some reason, we haven't seen her built up in a while, and I think that this is a good moment for her. They need someone strong to try to. Who's the champion over there? Jade Cargill still?
Yeah.
They need somebody. They need somebody to try to do something over there. So I'd like her there. Rhea Ripley. She's still a superstar. There ain't no way. Who's going to knock her out? Like, she's a superstar. She needs to be in the final four. And Becky Lynch. I think these are the biggest superstars that they could have done, except minus Nia Jax, but she gives you that who's going to knock her out kind of feeling, right? I'm picking Becky. I'm picking Becky to win this. Becky deserves this. Now, people are like, what about AJ Lee? What about this thing? Guys, it's dead. Like, honestly, let's take a look back. Let's just scroll back and go, if this was any other program, would we care? Where's AJ Lee been? What has she done? What has she done when she's in the ring? She's a nothing burger. She's useless. She is literally useless. Now you'll have all the fanboys. Oh, but AJ Lee was my favorite wrestler. She's not the same AJ Lee. This is not the same era. We have better women. Jordan Grace is better. Julia's better. Becky Lynch is better. Scratch that one. Chelsea Green's better. Asuka's better. Lyra's better. Bailey's better. Liv Morgan's better. Roxanne's better. Rhea's better. Io's better. Like, I can go on and on and on. AJ Lee's a nothing burger. I don't want to waste Becky Lynch in prime. This is the best Becky Lynch has ever been, period. And that's hard for me to say because I'm not a Becky fan. But she has been the most watchable woman besides Liv Morgan on any wrestling program. I would love to see her and Stephanie Vaquer. I would love to see that. That's a match I want to see. That's a program I would love to see. Becky's talented enough to carry that. What Stephanie lacks in the promo abilities, Becky can carry that. Now, the wrestling is going to be awesome as well. So I'm picking Becky Lynch as my winner to face Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay.
I know Becky's not winning, Justin, in the chat. I know.
You just said you picked her to win.
They're going to say, I know.
She's not going to win.
I don't need to see some crappy mid-card match between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
I'm over it. Like, it's done. You know, like AEW right now, Chris and Bobby. Cope and Christian have this feud, or now they've teamed up. They haven't mentioned it in like 5 months. So when Cope comes back, are we supposed to just go, okay, let's get back into it? No, it's dead. It's over. I'm not interested. Same thing with AJ Lee. I'm dead. It's dead. I'm not interested. I haven't seen her in months. I don't care anymore. Nothing she's done has made me care. Becky's made me care. Becky made me care more about Maxine Dupree than I ever cared about AJ Lee. Period. I'm off my soapbox, Bobby. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. I glitched for a second. I was hoping it would come back, and it did. So I got the brunt of it. I'm so proud of you again. I'm so proud of you. I'm just waiting for you to get around on Charlotte, but I'm proud that you finally got on the Becky train. I love Becky Lynch. She is, she's so damn entertaining in the ring, out the ring, her commentary, everything about her. She's the best out there. Sports Illustrated says it. Bleacher Report says it. ESPN says it. I'll say it. But she's not winning the Rumble. I don't see her winning the Rumble. And I know you're going to be pissed, but I think it's going to be the same thing with Fatu and Cody. AJ Lee's going to show up when Becky's doing her thing, and AJ Lee's going to eliminate her, and that's going to set up a program for WrestleMania, and then that'll be the end of their story. My final four is Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, the returning Bianca Belair, And the fourth one is the toughest one. Not because I can't think of them, it's just I can't settle on one. Whether that is Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace, or the returning, I think will be a surprise entrant, Paige. I think it'll be one of those final. I think that may be your final four. In terms of a winner, I think, Becky versus Stephanie for her, awesome, right? And you're right. Becky could carry Stephanie in promos. They'll have an epic match because in the ring, she don't have to carry nobody. They'll have a great match. On the promos, Becky can do it. You're right. There's your heel, your baby face, right on. Awesome. But if Bianca Belair is in the Rumble, I think Bianca's going to win it. I know Liv is a favorite. Liv is great. I would not be upset if Liv Morgan won because she's just that damn good. But like what you're saying, her story is with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, and I'm interested to see what's next with them. Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania for the title. That's your story. And then eventually Naomi coming back when she does. So I'm going with Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I can't hate on that because that's where I think it's going to go to. I'm just trying to avoid it because if you look at the Royal Rumble and you just zoom back a little bit and you look at the participants and you look at the stories and look who has the championships, this is set for Cody versus Drew again at WrestleMania and Bianca versus Jade, which they both Bianca and Cody have recently won the Rumble. And that's kind of boring because we just saw it. So you're right, man. Like Bianca's the only logical pick here.
But the thing about the difference between Bianca and Cody's been around. Bianca's been gone, and Bianca Belair being gone kind of gives you that real. It's not. It's not the same. What you call like what you were saying about AJ Lee. It's like, where has she been? Who cares? People care about Bianca Belair, and there's a story there. Her challenging her former tag team partner, and what Jade has become. That's a story that you could go on. Cody's not going to win, and no, I don't think anybody wants to see Cody win. I really think it could be Reigns. I really think it could be. I know Chris brought up Breaker, and sure, right. But again, I don't see that. But I do think Reigns has a big chance. I think Gunther especially has a huge chance to do it. Again, I think the wild card, just because it's WWE, it's TKO, it's money, it's Lesnar versus CM Punk. I think that could be in play. But yeah, I think Belair, it just makes a lot of sense. I think Liv right now, I just don't see I don't see a story with Liv and Stephanie, or even Becky and Stephanie right now. I do see the story with Belair and Jade Cargill because you could still do something with Raw. They don't need to win the Rumble to do a story. You still could figure that out. You already have a story with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. It's easy, done, right out. And Bianca is that good. She could win a second Rumble, and no one's gonna have a problem with it because she's that damn good.
Oh, I agree, Bobby. I agree. Either way, I think there's going to be some talking points after the Royal Rumble. We'll all be upset. We'll all be happy. We'll all be on Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever.
We'll be live.
Platform. Well, I was going to get to that, Bobby.
Sorry,
you prefer? That's okay. It's okay. And let me just yep. And if you are one of those people talking about this on social media and you do have an opinion and you do want to sound off, make sure you join us right after the Royal Rumble on Finn's Talk Sports Network. Myself and Bobby will be live for our post show. We're going to watch the show. We're going to analyze the show. I'm probably going to be pissed. I'm probably going to have a red face. I'm probably going to be like, Brock Lesnar won. Like, I'm probably going to be upset. So if you want to be in there for that, there's that. If AJ Lee comes out, I'll be upset. Like, there's a lot of things that are going to trigger me during the show. I'm not excited for the show whatsoever. But I will be watching it, and we will be covering it live on the Finn's Talk Sports Network, of course, right after the show. So maybe like 20, 30 minutes after the show. We'll have it scheduled because, Bobby, I will be watching at a friend's house, but the friend lives 10-minute walk, 2-minute drive. So I'll be back in time. So, Chris, you will probably be out like what? E-board, day drinking, having fun. You watch live?
Do you think I live in Ybor? You always think about it like
you're super cool looking. You got your beard. You're stylish. Like, I don't know. You got your hat on. I don't know. Like, you look the coolest out of both of us.
Because I have a hat on, I'm going to be outraging. No, I'm going to be inside. I'm not going to be outraging this weekend. Listen, for anyone that knows, it's Gasparilla this weekend. I have already I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere this weekend other than, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving the house at all. So no, I will not be outraging in Ybor.
And remember, everyone, Justin Toner, great guy, great friend of the show. Make sure you watch a watch along with himself and Josh Mabry over on the Ruckus Wrestling YouTube channel. They'll be doing a live watch along. So after you're done with them, come join us, and then we will be entertaining you. I'll try to be chill. Like, I'll try, but man, if Brock Lesnar wins, guys, strap in. It's going to be a fun one. So I'll leave you all at that. Bobby, thank you so much for subbing in today for Miami Clutch PE. El Ginger, thank you. Well, not thank you for moving the show to Friday because your HOA Karen meeting that you had to attend really delayed my self.
Listen,
But
I hate going to those things. Do you ever watch Parks and Rec? Did you ever see that show?
I saw them in bits and pieces. Yeah, bits and pieces.
Okay, then Bobby knows. In that show, whenever they're holding the little town hall meetings and everything goes sideways, that's what a lot of my HOA meetings are like, but in real life. Like, that's what they are. Luckily, last night, no one wanted to come out because it was cold. There were 4 of us there. So everything got done in 20 minutes. They went through everything real quick and they're, yep, you're good to go. And I left. That was the quickest I've ever been there. Normally it takes at least an hour and there's usually police there. And it took us 20 minutes.
Karen's running wild over there in Brandon, Florida, brother.
Yeah, listen, there's one in particular. I was hoping she wasn't going to be there because she extends the meeting by at least 30 minutes herself. But anyways, it was done quick. So glad it's done. But yeah, looking forward to the Rumble this weekend. It should be a good time.
Right on,
100%.
everyone. Stay warm, and all my Floridians out there, make sure you run your water Saturday night. It's going to be in the teens Sunday morning. Don't be bursting no pipes. Don't listen to El Ginger Americano. Run your pipes, brothers. Yeah. Until then, what, Chris? What?
No, after the show, show me where you're seeing the teens. I want to see it.
All right, I will.
All right.
Be good, guys. Peace out.